Sinners. Ryan Coogler's 2025 films reimagines the vampire story as something deeply historical, a reflection on race, exploitation, and survival. Set in 1930s Mississippi, the film uses horror not for shock, but to expose how power feeds on black life, economically, culturally, and spiritually. Coogler's monsters are metaphors. They stand for the same system that once enslaved people and that still drain black communities today, just under different names. The film is set in the Jim Crow South 1932 Mississippi Delta. This was a time when many black families were trapped in sharecropping, working the same land they once labored on in slavery, but now through debt and false contract. According to Purifoy and Simster 2021, this kind of exploitation is part of what they call creative extraction. Systems that thrive by drawing value and creativity from black communities while denying them control or ownership. Kugler brings that story to life. The Delta's soil is rich, but every crop, every song, every dream seems to end up owned by someone else.
Club Juke, huh? Grand opening, grand closing.
We meet brothers Elijah Smokemore and Elias Stackmore as they return home from Chicago after making a name for themselves as fierce gangsters. They want to build a juke joint, a space that belongs to them, where music and freedom can breathe without permission. They built it with the help of their community. Sammy, the blue guitarist, and Annie, the hoodoo healer who's the cook. When the juke joint opens, Coogler's cameras turns into a celebration. People sit dancing, laughing, sweating, and singing. It's not just a party, it's resistance. But even joy is police. The local preacher calls it sinful,
My son has felt the call of sin.
echoing the way black expression was often condemned under white respectability politics. According to Allen, black spaces are always contested, constantly negotiated under the pressures of racial surveillance. That's what Coogler captures here. Freedom that's always conditional, always watched. The juke joint feels alive, but it's fragile, a bright flame in the dark room.
We heal our people, and we be free.
Then comes Remick, an Irish overseer, pale and calm, who seems out of place until he starts to feed. When he enters the juke joint, the light changes. The warm orange glow turns to cold blue. In that instance, Coogler shows us what's coming, a system that would drain the life from the space.
Robin clean, big poor Robin clean.
Remick's Irish identity is not random. Historically, Irish immigrants were once considered racially inferior, poor, despised, not fully white. But as historian Noel Ignatieff explains in How the Irish Became White, Irish Americans has gained social status by aligning themselves against black people, proving their worth through opposition. Neil Irvin Painter also traces how whiteness itself has always been flexible, expanding to include groups once excluded, as long as it supports its racial hierarchy. Remick embodies that transformation. He understands oppression, but he survives by imitating the very system that hurt him. Now, according to Richard Dyer, whiteness maintains its dominance by appearing neutral. It's invisible, yet it defines everything else. Remick personifies that idea. His calm civility hides his dependence on black life to survive. He's not a snarling monster, he's polite, reasonable, and respectable. And that's precisely what makes him dangerous. His whiteness operating under disguise, what Dyers call the unmarked center of power. When Remick tells Smoke, "I've been where you are," the irony lands heavy. He was once marginalized, but now he's the one feeding. It's a chilling reflection of how systems of power reproduce themselves, by turning the formerly oppressed into new enforcers. Then there's Mary, the first person Remick turns, as a half-black, half-white woman living between two worlds, becomes central to how Coogler explores assimilation and survival. She represents the struggle to survive between racial lines. When she attacks her own community, it's not just a horror scene, it's Coogler showing how assimilation can become a form of self-destruction. The flickering firelight on her face, half lit, half shadowed, makes her conflict visible, the cost of belonging to a world that's built to erase you. Through her, Coogler suggests that systems of whiteness don't only oppress from outside, they fracture from within, asking people to abandon their identity for safety. This is the true horror of Sinners, not just blood, but consumption. Whiteness feeds on what it fears, surviving through the very black life it devalues.
That's not what it looks like. We're gonna kill every last one of you.
By the end, the juke joint burns, smoke dies defending it, stack is turned, and the dream collapses. Yet, even in destruction, there's resilience. As Puriforean Simsters argue, black space built with love and creativity are often erased, but their legacy endure through community memory. In the final scene, Old Sammy plays the blues to the undead Stack and Mary. His music carries the voice of everyone lost. It's beautiful, it's defiant, a reminder that art can survive what ownership cannot.
I think that was the best day of my life. Was it like that for you?
No doubt about it. Just for a few hours. It was free.
Although Sinners ends in 1930s, the story speaks to the present. Remy's hunger, his endless needs to drain others, mirror how black labor and culture are still exploited today. Gentrification, corporate appropriation, and the repackaging of black art. These are the new form of the same feeding. That's what Sinners expose, how the system hides behind civility, feeding quietly but relentlessly. The blues becomes hip-hop, becomes gospel, becomes protest chants, the same heartbeat surviving through change. Exploitation adapts, but so does resilience. Whiteness can feed, but it cannot create. The song outlived the system. We hear Coogler's truth. Even when the world tries to drain you, the story, the rhythm, and the spirit keep singing back. We're still here.
So I'll live like it's the last time for a long time at the wrong time. When's the right time? Is it my turn?